Hey pal, hey buddy, hey friend, hey guy, I'm watching you. Hey, where you going? Where you going, buddy? Where you going, buddy? Hey, what's up? Hey, listen, hey, everyone. This is LuckySevenDX. Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. You're pushing me. Excuse me, sir, that's rude. The last episode, we took on the Goron Temple, and we got ourselves our first pure metal. In this episode, well, we got mail all AOL style. Not that I ever used AOL back in the day. My internet was way too crappy back then, but you get a letter from Goron of the Gorons, who basically after a few days you'll get a letter from the people whenever you complete a temple. You'll get a letter from someone that will be related to that temple, and they'll give you a reward, generally a gem of some sort, which, I mean, doesn't really matter because we're not going to get max gems until pretty much the end of the game anyway, because, you know, that's how it works usually with collectible side questy stuff. But yeah, we got it. Add it to our inventory, all is well. In this episode, though, we're not going to do any side quests like we usually do after a dungeon. This time, we're going straight to the next temple, actually. We're going to be heading to the Island of Ice, whatever the heck it's called, I don't remember. Shiver Island, I think, something like that. But we're heading there, going to go... Oh, of course, Lineback, of course you just want the treasure. The banter has gotten old by now, let's just talk over it. So yeah, we're going to head to the island, we're going to head to the next temple, we'll be able to do it pretty much in one episode, and then we'll take care of all the side quest stuff, because after that episode, we're gonna have a whole we're gonna have a whole bunch of side questy things. Well, not really side quests, just like a whole bunch of optional treasures will open up just due to the new items we have. So we're gonna have pretty much a whole episode devoted to that and getting the treasures and so on and so forth. Might do the Temple of the Ocean King before that, because we still have to do that to get the final sea chart, which we could do now if we wanted to, but I don't really see a reason to. So that being said, gonna be a lengthy video, so we're gonna head straight to the northeast of this chart, to where that ice island awaits. Not gonna even bother looking at Beetle. We can always deal with Beetle some other time. So heading straight there, gonna go ahead and take on a bit of a challenge, I guess, of sorts to here at the ice island, which is why I didn't go so close to here, because if you go close, you're automatically gonna get thrown into a certain thing you have to do with the island. Kind of like how you do with the Goron thing, except it's not really a boss. It's instead this giant ice barrier, and we don't actually have to get a special item or anything to take care of it. We're just literally going to shoot down the ice with our cannon and hope to not kill the villagers in the meantime, I guess. So basically just course set a course around the island here, and from there we can start to basically blast away the ice here, which is our major goal here. So just keep in mind that there'll be enemies attacking us. So if you need to stop, if you just need like a chance to kind of regain your bearings here, which I'm not gonna be able to hit that ice thing from here. Oh well. You can always hit stop, and that's actually the one time in the game where hitting stop is actually decently useful. So, there's that. There's also a fish nearby, but I'm not going to bother going for it this time, because this is going to be a long enough episode as is. It kind of follows the exact same format, though, as the Goron Temple did, where basically you have to do a certain something you already... Oh my god, you're a guy! I may have waited a little bit too long for the enemies to come nearby. Uh-oh. I think I missed one back there. Oh well, we'll have to go get it on the way back around here. So let's actually stop here and dispose. We're a little too close to the ice here. It's a very strange sort of angle. So let's get rid of some of this ice on our way here, and maybe should not have set a course so close to the ice here. But this should work out decently in the end anyway. So let's go ahead and destroy this ice here now that we have a little bit of a reprieve from the enemies, and we'll have to just circle around and get the one piece that we missed there. Because as you can see, every time you hit down a piece of this ice, it basically disappears on the map, so you can tell which pieces you've shot and which ones you haven't. So yeah, there's one piece of ice that I must have just missed over there. We'll just grab that one, and we'll be scot-free. In the meantime, let's go ahead and bombard their homes. Give them a nice, warm Phantom Hourglass welcome to this island here by shooting them all in the face. So that should take care of the last part of the ice here, which will cause this little secondary piece of ice to fall. I guess it was all connected or something. I don't know, but we've destroyed the ice, basically. We played Don't Break the Ice, everyone's favorite children game. I don't know, people played Don't Break the Ice back in the day. I remember that game. You kind of had to hit the ice, you had to not break it. It was good times. Why am I reminiscing about childhood? It's not, I can't even call that a board game, really. It's just I guess it's a board game, technically? I don't even know. Which, by the way, apparently I'm recording this on, like, the day of, like, some sort of major board game convention, because I was looking at Amazon, like, there was board games off for 40% off, and I bought a few of them, and it was good. And by few, I mean one, and then some Cards Against Humanity, which is technically, I guess, a board game. I don't know. Not really. It's a card game. Close enough. So welcome to... I didn't even see what island we're on. I'm gonna call it Shiver Island because it's probably something like that, and maybe I'm correct and maybe I'm not. If I'm wrong, then, well, you all can laugh at me, but it's Anoukis! Aww, man. It's an island of Anoukis, which are the tribe that we have to accommodate to. We saw them in, Spirit Tracks, and I guess they also were in Wind Waker, if you think about it. You know, the guy who sells you the sail, he was kind of... Wasn't he an Anouki? I don't know. Was it ever established? I'm not really sure, but... Basically, we're talking to the Anouki. They're gonna kind of give us, the fuzzy details of the situation going on here. Basically, there's two tribes on this island. The Anouki and the Yook. They're kind of in conflict. You know, one's kind of like the timid, blubbery whale things. The other ones are a bit more feral and ferocious. So, it's a woolly and hairy, wild world we live in. Okay, well, that doesn't sound terrifying in the slightest. So yeah, there's a bit of a feud going on here. We're gonna have to kind of deal with it. It's the same format, like I said, as Goron Island. You have to do something to get into the island. You have to deal. You kind of have to appease the villagers of the island, and you have to make your way to the temple. We'll be able to do all of that in one video. So that's our goal for today. You're boiling some crabs, I see. It's kind of clever. This is a somewhat smart Anouki, according to his sign. Let's see just how smart he is. So it was a peace agreement. Was it fair? Yeah, it was fair. Yeah. That doesn't sound very fair. You don't have me very convinced this is a fair agreement. You know, they get to live in all these cozy homes, and apparently the Yook are confined to the eastern side, which seems a bit less hospitable to me. But then again, maybe they live in caves or something. I don't know. That still sounds very hospitable. So, what is peace like, Mr. Smart Anouki? Oh! I take back your sign. Objection to your sign, sir. You are not intelligent. You also have mushrooms in your house. Maybe you should lay off those. Just a word of advice. That Anouki kind of was glitching against the wall for a second. Did anyone else see that? Was that just... Did I miss that? Was that just me? Like, I feel like he was just kind of stuck in the wall for a second there and just kind of spazzed out a little bit. There's a treasure here. We can't reach it yet. I know, another treasure that we can't reach. Believe me, we will have our comeuppance soon against these treasures, and we will be able to get all of them, and it'll be wonderful. So, we'll do that soon enough. Dude, your doll in the background definitely looks like Tangle with reindeer horns. Nobody wants to see Tangle with reindeer horns, okay? I lied. I want to see Tangle with reindeer horns. Artists, get on that, please. Just reindeer tingle? Ho, ho, ho. It's Christmas spirit, right? In the middle of August, right? Yeah, totally. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm totally a Yook. Oh, I mean, aren't I a ferocious beast of sorts? No, fear me, I am a Yook. I can't even take that name seriously, Yook. So, he's a somewhat sensitive Anouki, and he kind of freaks out and starts having a bit of a seizure. So if you leave and come back in, you can kind of be like, yo, dude, I lied. I'm not really an Anouki. Now, he's basically just really paranoid. So yeah, he says, you're not the Yook, are you? And you go, you knew? And apparently that's the, yeah, I'm actually a, that's just a weird question. He's like, you're not your Anouki. And you're like, yeah. And then he's like, you are? And then he starts freaking out again. We've seen this before. Have your little panic seizure. You fool. You've fallen for my trap card. Anyway, so if you actually say no, he'll say something different. We'll quickly shut it off. I don't know why I'm wasting so much time on these Anouki, but it's like an RPG. You want to talk to the villagers and see all the options. It's entertaining. Well, okay, this isn't really entertaining, honestly. And the best part is, like, I actually recorded this video once, and I had to do another snafu, and this is not the most exciting video in the world, let alone having to record it twice. Just no, it's not very, just, but it's the Anouki, we just have to go ahead and deal with it. So the pure metal is the Azurine. Blue, you know, is there kind of like, get out of the way, blubberbutt. That was rude. Anyway, so yeah, it's blue like them, you know, Zer's kind of a blue color, so on and so forth. But yeah, so the Yook apparently stole it a long time ago. They were all upset, but they're Anouki, so they're kind of peaceful people who don't actually really try. So, I don't know. It's just kind of the way it goes. So, Anouki estates are over here. There's not really much we can do over here for now. Once we talk to the Elder, which, spoilers, there's an Elder. I mean, there's always an Elder in the village. We'll actually have a little bit of a puzzle of sorts to deal with those over here, but if you try talking to them first, they'll just be like, why are you in my house? Also, your decorations, sir, are very, very creepy. You should probably look into not having creepy decorations because it's kind of creepy. So yeah, we'll just finish talking to the Anouki, you know, just gonna chill, meet our new neighbors, or not really our neighbors, but Link probably doesn't want to be here for very long, by the way. He's probably just like, this place is cold. Why am I talking to all these people? What? You hate pegs? They do something to you? Yeah, man. Dude, pegs killed my pappy. That's why I hop on them, and I go all wibbly wobbly timey wimey. It's adorable. Anyway, so over here is the Great Ice Field where the Yook live. Unfortunately, the Anoukis aren't going to let us go so easily. Because yeah, there's a whole pack of nasty... Hey, that's racist, man. Just because they're different races doesn't mean they're automatically nasty. Come on, be nice here. So unfortunately, we can't go by here because the usual, you know, instead of a Goron block us, there's a Anouki block us. So we have to go appease the village elder in order to get past them. They kind of pretty much use the exact same formula for both tribes. It's kind of a little silly if you think about it. It's really literally the exact same formula. So yeah, conflict, you know, it's the usual, you know, there's two tribes, they're in conflict, been in conflict for a long time, no one really knows where it started from, so on and so forth. So this is the Island Chief's house. We'll talk to the Island Chief in a little bit, though. Yeah, I'm looking for his house. I totally didn't just walk past and look at the sign. And he actually just tells you, look at the sign here. Wow, thanks, you're helpful. Not. Anyway, kind of a jerk, man. These Anouki, I mean, they're like really timid douchebags if you think about it. They're just like they're just very subtly snarky of sorts. They're like, oh, you look like you're cold. Should get a little blubber. So, yeah, the Anouki are they're kind of a little douchey in this game. I'm not sure if I like that or not. Anyway, this one's purple. You think you're all special just because you're purple and you have a beard the size of Kansas. No, not at all. Lucky a boo. I'm not a monkey from Aladdin. So they've been having trouble. He wants us to help us out. Yeah, whatever. Hold on. Hold it! I've been playing a lot of Ace Attorney Investigations too, by the way, if you can't tell. So, yeah, my name's not Lucky a boo, or a bow, however the heck you pronounce that. I don't even give a crap. We want you to get Azurite. So he says, scratch your... Wait. Anoukis have fur? I thought that was like an Eskimo coat. Is that like actual fur? Is that a thing? Do they like start blue and then their fur turns purple and their fur looks like coats and everything I knew was a lie? Their coats, fur, they have horns coming out the coats, so maybe it's actually their fur and maybe all along they've just been looking, maybe actually they're naked. Maybe all along they just are naked and they look like they're wearing clothes. They have clothes fur, they have fur clothes, I don't know, but speaking of fur, there's the Yooks over here, but one tricky Yook has snuck over here. They're hiding in the Anouki estates. They've kidnapped one of the villagers, and he's pretending to be that villager, but no one knows who exactly it is. So, how they figured out there's a Yook here in the first place, I'm not really sure, but basically, we have to play a game of truth and lies, essentially. It's like one of those logic puzzles where basically like five of the 6 people are going to, there's 6 houses, so 5 of the 6 Anoukis you have to interrogate, because we're going to have to interrogate all of them, will only tell the truth. The other one will only tell lies. Based on what all 6 of them say, we're going to have to deduce who's the liar based on all the statements. Because well, there can only be one liar, and that lends to one certain tactic that you can use. Or there's actually a couple tactics you can use to figure this out. Actually, in all actuality, this puzzle is really, really incredibly easy. But the way you want to go about figuring this out, well, we'll go over here, and actually the game itself will tell you, because, you know, this game can't be hand-holdy enough. They literally have an Anouki called Hintobo, who, if you pay 100 rupees, will pretty much tell you how to do the puzzle easily. So, basically, anyone who says that other guys don't, or basically anyone who says someone else is telling the truth must also be telling the truth. Because, if he's telling the truth, well, okay, basically, if he's lying, that means he's lying about the other person telling the truth, which means that that person must also be a liar, which means you then have 2 liars. So by having because there's only one liar, essentially anyone who's telling the truth, he can't be the liar, because if he is, then there's 2 liars, not 1. So anyone who says someone else is telling the truth must be telling the truth. In converse, anyone who says anyone who is saying that someone else is telling the truth, that person must also be telling the truth as well, because if that person was actually a liar, then the original person would also be a liar. So basically, you can kind of form like truth pairs. You have like sort of truth alibis. If someone's like, hey, that person's telling the truth, that means both of them cannot be the Yook, basically. So you can use that to narrow it down. And then you can also just keep track of basically who is a, the liar will always be someone who says someone else is telling a lie. So, of the people who are lying, we should be able to narrow down and basically see who the liar is based on what all the liars are saying as well. So there's plenty of options here. Actually, okay, completely missed out on basically that thing. Oops, that's the collection screen. That's the map screen. There we go. This thing over here was too busy explaining. He said draw a line from here to the other chief. So that's a crappy line. Let's try making a better line here. Draw a line from here to the other's home, and somewhere along that line will be a treasure that you have to dig up. The location of that treasure is actually fairly obvious. Speaking of treasure, by the way, this is completely unrelated to that, but there's also a treasure here in this very conspicuous square that happens to be another treasure map. So there we go, we got ourselves a new treasure map. Once again, we'll be taking care of those in a side questy episode in the near future, but we'll be doing a whole other temple before then. Otherwise, we have another peg up here that we can't do anything with because Peg has killed our pappy, and also because we just haven't unlocked the proper item. But soon! Anyway, in the meantime, let's go ahead and actually start our investigation with Dobby's house! No, it's Dobo, but I like to think that he's just like the Harry Potter guy. So, basically, we're gonna go investigate a house elf, I guess, with weird decoratory taste. Just look at the things in the background, they're so creepy. The Anoukis are creepy. So, we're looking for the Yook, and he says that, Mazo is honest. So Mazo and Dobo, D and M, they both have truth alibis now, essentially, because if one of them's lying, then the other one must be a liar as well now. They're connected, basically, via truth. They have truth alibis. This is Kumu. We'll go ahead and see what Kumu says. So, Kumu, what do you have to say about these? So, either Mazo or Aru are lying to you. Which is interesting, because Mazo has already been told to tell the truth. So, that could mean that either him or Aru are liars. Because Mazo, we just established, has a truth alibi. Aru doesn't, though. And neither does Mr. Kumu here. So those, Aru or Kumu could be the liars of the day now. We have Fofo, who we don't actually know anything about yet, so depending on his answer, we'll know whether or not he has a truth alibi or not. Patented, copyright that term, truth alibi. So he says Gumo never lies. So now we have Fufu and Gumu, FG, will also have a truth alibi pair. So those ones cannot be liars. So we've already narrowed it down to 2. Just like that, we've already narrowed it down to 2 pairs. It's either, it's either Aru or whoever the other guy is. Whoever this guy is. Who is this guy? Kumu? Right? Kumu. So either Kumu or Aru could be our liars. So we've already narrowed it down to just those 2 people. So let's see what this guy has to say. He's Mazo. We already established that he's a truth guy. And he says that Dobo is telling the truth. So I guess they actually are a truth pair if you think about it. Because both of them have already established that they tell the truth. So they've doubly established their truth alibi now. But Aru here, Aru has not. What do you have to say? What do you have to do to fight yourself, Aru? So he says Kumu is lying. So we have Kumu and Aru, who are both accusing each other. One of them is a liar. One of those 2 is the liar. We can't tell exactly yet, but it's all going to be up to Gumu's testimony here. We know that Gumu is telling the truth. We've established that Gumu is one of the truth tellers. He has a truth alibi, so anything he says goes. And he says that either Fofo or Aru have got to be lying, but Fofo said that Gumu is telling the truth. So they already have a truth alibi. Fofo already has a truth alibi. Aru has been accused twice, and he also has no truth alibi. In other words, and this guy's already is said to be telling the truth. In other words, we now know for a fact that Aru is the liar, because everyone has truth alibis except for Kumu and Aru. But 2 people have accused Aru of being a liar, and they both can't be they both basically, you know, if he's telling the truth, then they're both lying. So therefore, Aru must be the liar. I hope my logic's made sense, but basically it boils down to Aru is the liar. Now, just for funsies and because it doesn't really affect anything at all in the game, let's go ahead and get it wrong, just to show off what happens when you get it wrong, so I'm sure you guys will like to see this, so... Oh no, he's innocent! He's got to protect himself, oh man, so this is what happens if you guess him wrong. You go, book him! And he goes, no, I'm innocent! Oh, and he starts panicking because they're Anoukis and they're wimps, and he basically does the same thing as the sensitive guy does, and he basically panics and freaks the heck out. So that's essentially the way, that's what happens when you get it wrong. And once you get it wrong, you actually have to go talk to the Elder to restart the entire thing, because if you try talking to anyone else again, he'll be like, "Hey, wrong boy! Yeah, that's you! Yeah, you're so wrong! Ha! You fool!" And you can't accuse anyone else because, well, you're now known as wrong boy. It's like the thief in, Link's Awakening, where if you steal, you'll be called a thief for the rest of the game, except it's not really nearly as, permanent, because we just have to go reset things. By the way, if you look at the top screen, right this point right here intersects the line between the Elder's house and that guy. I didn't mean to talk to the thing I wanted to dig! And you dig under here, you'll find yourself 200 rupees, which more than makes up for the hint that we bought. So with that, we now have an extra 200 rupees in our wallet, in our inventory. And from there, we can go ahead and talk to the Elder to reset things and go from there. The Elder's house is down here. Oops. So yep, that's the puzzle with the eye thing, which I didn't really mention. By the way, any sort of puzzle like that, they're not going to have you dig in random spots. They'll always be in front of somewhere, just in some sort of, not really, some sort of sayable place. It won't be like in the middle of nowhere. It'll be like, it's in front of this sign, for example. So don't go dig randomly. It's always going to be in front of some sort of landmark. There we go, that's what I'm trying to say. So he's like, "Oh, it's embarrassing." And he's like, "Alright, calm down. I'll absolve you of your wrong boy title and give you another chance." So he kind of mocks you and is just like, "You're an idiot. Well, screw you too, purple blubber boy." That's rude. I give a beard. I think you're special. So yeah, that was the puzzle over here. I think I kind of skimmed through this really quickly, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit it one more time, just so, even though I already solved this puzzle, just so people know what it said. Because it's just like, yeah, boing oing, you draw a line between there, and then, you know, basically it's the puzzle that we just did. So, because I was just kind of talking about that. By the way, I didn't mention this, there's also a peg over here, which means there's also another peg on that island as well, which means we have to have two things where we need to use an item to get across. So, very soon we'll be able to deal with all that, but not today. Today, we go accuse a liar. Hello, Aru. How's it going? Yeah, I think you're the Yook. I think you're a fraud. Because look at you, your house is not... You have Blue's... He has Blue's Clues in the background. I just noticed that. Hey! No one can hate someone who likes Blue's Clues. Wrong! Blue's Clues is evil! Confirmed by Phantom Hourglass. The end. So it'd be like, "Oh man, I thought he had an amazing costume, so he's actually Yook." Yeah, he looks... Seal, you don't know what Aru looks like. How would you know? You just got here, you haven't met him. Maybe maybe his face is completely off. You wouldn't know. You've never met the guy. So, whoa! Well, that's a Yook right there. They're kind of a bit of a Bigfooty sort of guy, so... Some kind of monster... Celia! Excuse me, that is racist. That's extremely racist. That's really insensitive, man. He can't choose how he looks just because he's a furry beast of sort. Okay, fine, you win, Celia. So, Yooks are people too! Hashtag Yook rights 2014. Oh boy. Anyway, so Link, he's a liar. Don't forget they're always liars. Once again, another form of racism, by the way. But he's always a liar. He's trying to trick you. Link, get out of the way, Link. Oh boy. Oh boy. And we get blown away. Because Link's not very clever, unfortunately. So we get blown out of the house, and somehow, while we got blown away, he somehow left the house, made it past all the Anoukis, and escaped back to the eastern half of the map. So, that happened, but the question is, what happened to the real Aru? I mean, someone was living here. It's not like, I mean, clearly he was impersonating someone, so that someone had to have existed. So where is Aru? That means there's a missing Anouki. That means the Yooks have him. They've kidnapped Aru. And no one seems to give any sort of crap about it. What happens after you solve the puzzle? What happens to you? Can I, accuse you of murder? Hey, it's a Yook! Thank you for that. I guess they're just referring to the fact that they all saw a Yook run by and they just didn't care. No one cares about Aru, by the way. Poor Aru, he gets kidnapped, gets impersonated, no one even gives a shit. It's a hard knock life for him. Anyway, let's go talk to the Elder, go get permission to go across and rescue his Anouki, clearly, or actually, well, we just want the Azuri, and I could care less about Aru anyway. I don't know the guy. We never met the guy! So, he's escaped, he's heard about the news somehow already, despite the fact that we went straight here, I guess, technically. Kind of. So, everyone can be peaceful, but no one cares, by the way. No one cares that Aru's missing. None whatsoever. And to top it off, he asks us for revenge. You don't ask the hero of time to go on a vengeance quest? That's just wrong. It's very wrong. But he opens up the cave of the Great Ice Field, and even though this video's gone on for a long time, it takes only a few minutes to get to the temple from here. So we're gonna go ahead and head to the temple, and we'll start that in the next episode. So the Azurian awaits us, guys. Let's make our way over there. We just have a few quick things to take care of before we can make it further. We have to talk to this guy first and be like, "Yo, you want to head through here? All right, fine." It's not like you're trying to save the world from darkness or anything. I guess I have to do everything for these silly people. Earn their trust. Ha! That's dumb and silly. Sigh. Oops, that's a pot. I have a pot in my head. So do not erase. The Yooks have one weakness. They breathe in and you have to inhale and throw something and... gee, if only we didn't just do a boss fight just like that. If only said weakness wasn't in this pot! That's right. You basically have to go all the dango up in their mouth. And toss some bombs in there. Into their throats. And basically you just have to do the same thing we just did in a boss fight, which is a little silly. Once again, really repetitive mechanics. But here's a Yook. It's actually white fur this time. And there's two ways to defeat it. Either, well, by the way, if they try to blow you, they'll just knock you down, do a heart of damage, which hurts, to say the least. But basically, you have two ways to kill them. Either you can throw a bomb in their mouth when they inhale, and they'll give you ample time to basically destroy them, or you can try to fight them and catch them off from behind. So if you try attacking from the front, they'll just block. But if you actually get a chance to get them from behind here, you can also just slash them from behind and kill them as well if you're relentless, if you're assault. Granted, the bomb method's easier because it's guaranteed, and it stuns them for like forever and a half, so you'll be okay doing that. Also, once again, another peg puzzle, and this one will lead to a whole bunch of treasures over here, and another Yook. Hi, buddy. How's it going? Gonna inhale? Yeah, that's a shame. Gotta blow up your stomach now. I mean, I'm not sure how they can take a bomb to the stomach and not die. They must have a Dodongo strength innards or something, but yeah, so there's a whole bunch of peg puzzles over here, 4 whole treasures over here, so believe me, I can't wait to be able to access those finally, but not gonna be able to do that quite yet. We also have some more Yooks to deal with, so go ahead, do your inhale. Oh boy. Looks like you got the short end of the stick. Ah, there we go. You want one too? You want one too! You're new! Congratulations, you've won a new bomb in your stomach. You've won a new hole in your gut. Poor guy. So this spikes here blocking the entrance to the temple, and the reason I've been killing all these Yooks is because we have to kill the 6 guardians. There's actually 6 Yook on the ice fields, and we basically have to kill all 6 of them. In other words, once again, racial murder for the sake of heroics, I suppose. Oh, that was violent. So that should be the last Yook, and indeed it is. Opens the path here, and we can head straight to the temple from there. We're pretty much there at this point. So once again, the entire like second half of the island after you deal with the race is basically just a quick run and you're there. It's nothing too special. Though we do have to deal with Fakeroo. That's right, he's here, and he's actually a little bit tougher than the other Yooks. He'll swing around. If you get too close to any of the Yooks, find the way they'll swing at you. But this one also will use his ice breath. And this one, instead of knock you back, will actually freeze you solid. You have to rub your link in order to free him so you don't take extra damage. Or take extra hits, so after that... Oh, no! Oh, Justin... What? How did that even work? That's bullshit. That is hacks and you're gonna... Yeah, you're gonna do that. Okay. Eat that bomb. I don't know how we just kind of like hit each... How did that even work? I clearly hit him with the bomb. I call shenanigans on that. But, guys... With that, the temple itself is now open. And that means in the next episode, guys, it's time for us to head inside the Temple of Ice and find ourselves the Azurite. The second pure metal awaits us, and the later of the Yooks. So, that's what's gonna happen next time, guys. LuckySevenDX signing out. Also, this peg here hints that we might actually finally get something to do with these stupid pegs. So, I'll balance here precariously as we wait for the next episode. It's gonna be a good one. So, LuckySevenDX signing out. See you all in the next episode of Phantom Hourglass. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, I know I ended the episode, but this is maximum importance here. I went to Beetle after I did the dungeon on my practice file, and I checked Beetle, and it turns out he has the same inventory as he does, well, he has the same inventory right now that he did then. And there's something we want to spend our freebie card on here. That's right. Beetle actually is selling a golden part. This is the golden anchor, well, it's the gem anchor technically, but it's pretty much part of the golden set, which means we now have the golden wheel and the gem anchor, which means we now have 2 golden parts. If we can get 3 of one set, 3 of another set, and 2 of these golden parts together, all nice and happy together, we will actually be able to have 7 hearts on our ship, which I think is a pretty good accomplishment. Getting, I mean, as you can see, it's 4,900 rupees, so either getting golden parts randomly or fight them in Beetle and paying 5,000 rupees a pop, it's not easy to get all 8 of them. So, we'll see, I mean, we'll see how close I can get to getting all 8 of them, but we got 2 of them now, and that's all we need to get 7 parts. And that's all that matters, so not gonna waste, since it's already been a long episode, I'm not gonna waste time putting it on now. This is just, I'll meet you guys back in the Temple of Ice for the next episode. We'll equip the part onto the ship at some other point, but, because we don't have the correct part combinations to get 7 hearts right now anyway, so it doesn't matter. But we have the potential now, and maybe of some of these treasures that we have to dig up very soon, or salvage soon, we might be able to get to that 7 heart threshold we're aiming for. So this is awesome. Cool way to end the episode. So LuckySevenDX signing out. See you guys for the Temple of Ice. Bye-bye.